Monday morning, 17th, I believe that's right, say the 17th. Either way, I had planned on starting a new job of timber today, a little job of walnut down here at Marshfield, Missouri. I had some things come up this morning. I planned on being loaded up and ready to pull out first thing this morning. It's not a very big job. It's just a handful of walnut trees, but just one of those deals I kind of like. Just you get in there, cut them, knock them out, drag them, and just get everything done the same day. Move in, cut them, drag them out, load up, go home, same day. I like those deals. I'm still running errands this morning. Since I didn't do that, it'll probably be Wednesday before we start now, because tomorrow I've got 2 different jobs of timber to look at. Been looking at a lot of timber here lately. Been getting a lot of calls. Been looking at a lot of timber. Haven't been buying a lot of timber. Been looking at a lot. I've looked at a couple really good jobs. A lot of it's just been, kind of like the video we posted last week. The junk oak timber. But you never know. I mean, it's like I said last week, maybe 2 out of every 10 jobs I look at are worth cutting, or something I'll buy if I'm lucky enough to get it bought sometimes. So, I mean, I don't get every job of timber I look at bought. I wish I did, but I don't. So this morning, I've been to the saw shop. I had to go pick up some chains. I had to go pick up some mix for chainsaw gas. Bought a new hard hat. My last steel hard hat, I've had it about 3 years, I guess, and we're starting to get a few cracks on it. It wasn't fitting, wasn't wearing right, so while I was there this morning, I bought a new one. Headed to the bank right now. Gotta go grace them with my presence. They like to keep pretty close tabs on me, make sure I'm still working. So I gotta go over there to the bank, do some things there. Then got one other stop to make, I think. Yeah, I want to go by a farm store. I want to pick up a couple more chains for my pedal hitch trailer, just to have them on there. Of course, I've got plenty of chains and ratchet boomers on there now, but most of the chains I have are the heavier log chains, and I like using the smaller. I can't think of the measurements on it, but it's a high test chain. It's just a little easier to throw around than that big heavy log chain is. So and I like doing stuff like that. Like I said, we're getting ready to put new LED lights in my pedal hitch trailer. I like tinkering around with stuff because I like everything to be right, working right. Now, this weekend, I believe, me and my good friend Danny West, who's also a logger here in Southwest Missouri, we've got the Missouri Forest Producers Association summer meeting here at I want to say Camdenton. I know it's the Lake of the Ozarks, but I think it's at Camdenton if I remember correctly. And there's so many resorts up there, which growing up here at Stockton on the lake, our lake's pretty boring. It's what I always call an old people's lake. It's a sailboating lake. Lake of the Ozarks is a party lake. And honestly, it's a circus. It is a zoo. Of course, when I was younger, I mean, that stuff kind of piqued my interest a little more, but now that I'm starting to get a little age on me here at the ripe old age of 32, I just my interests kind of lay other places, and I don't have the desire to go up there and be around all those crazy wild people like I used to 10 years ago. But yeah, it is a busy lake up there. Always a lot going on, and I've cut quite a bit of timber around the Lake of the Ozarks area, the lake area, whatever you want to call it up there. There's a lot of timber up there, a lot of oak timber, and there's some good white oak timber in places up there. But a lot of places it's pretty junky too. You just never know what you're going to get into, much like anywhere with the oak timber here in Southwest Missouri. Then I've got to look at a little job of oak tomorrow down in the Nixa area. And I will say this, I've cut some really, really good oak timber in the Nixa area, so it always gives me hope when I go down there to look at oak timber. And I've cut a lot of really good walnut timber down there as well. So, but yeah, me and Danny got that meeting to go to. We like to go to the meetings. We like to try to be involved all we can with our association here in Missouri. Of course, we go to get our continuing education credits as well to keep up our certification. Both Danny and myself were certified. We carry the logging certification, the professional timber harvesters. For a long time, I thought it was kind of a joke to go through it, and people ask me all the time, should they do it, should they not? And I'm not saying you're going to go in there and you're going to learn a lot, but I did learn a lot, but I went in there with an open mind. I learned some things. I picked up some things in there that I use every day now, that I use in everyday operations. And it doesn't matter how long you've been cutting, guys. It don't matter if you're new to logging or if you've been logging for 40 or 50 years, like my dad. My dad's been logging for 53 or 54 years now. But it's good to, if you're real big into your profession and you take a lot of pride in your work, it's always great to be active, with your associations, and it's good to go to these classes. And like I said, it's good to go with an open mind, because you never know what you're going to learn, and you can't ever know too much about your profession. You really can't. And I like to learn everything I can about logging. Since I've been a young kid, logging's been my life, and it continues to be, and I hope for the rest of my life it always will be my life. But at the same time, I want to know everything there is to know, because I'll tell you right now, I far from know everything there is about it. And I learn new stuff all the time, every day, every week. But at the same time, I'm constantly studying. I'm constantly trying to push the envelope to learn new things, to pick up everything I can to make me a better logger and to make me a better, just to better serve my customers as well, my clientele. And so I like to know everything I can. I want to be the best there is in my profession. Now, I will probably never be the best, and I'm far from it now. Right around this mail wagon here. There we go. So, excited about the meeting. I always like to go, because you do, I'm a talker, naturally. If you watch my videos, you can tell I'm a talker. So I like to go up there, and I like to meet people. I like to talk to people, just shake hands, because a lot of the guys I've heard of, but you kind of go up there and put some faces with the names, because logging really is a close-knit community. It really is. It's... You might hear or know things about other loggers, but you don't have a face to put with it. And I like to go up there and shake hands, get to know people, just to, tell logging stories, or just, tell stories in general, because, a good friend of mine, Kurt Frankie, I'm sure he'll be watching this week. We talk all the time. He's up in Minnesota. We talk about a lot more in logging. We won't go over the fine details about everything we talk about in our conversations, but we do. We talk about logging. It's nice just to converse with people and get to know them. And it's hard to imagine sometimes, but I guess there's more to life than logging. I have trouble finding that sometimes, but yeah, it's so I look forward to the summer meetings every year. And me and Danny, we usually try to go to the winter meeting as well, just to be there, kind of get our faces known. That way people can kind of put faces with our names if they've even heard of us. They've probably more likely heard of our dads, or my dad and Danny's granddad, because they're about the same age, and that's all those old guys have done is log all their life. So, heat this week's supposed to be terribly, terribly hot here in Southwest Missouri, which I hate logging this time of year. I really do. It's dangerous to log in the heat, being out there in the heat. I still try to work out every night with my nightly workouts, but as far as, and I'll say this, guys, like that running stuff I do for my workouts, it's not near as rough as running a chainsaw out in the timber. It's not. It is not at all. And I try to push myself in my workouts, and it's still, logging's tough in this kind of weather. It's hot. You're in a place with no air. It's rough. You cannot drink enough fluids. You cannot drink enough water right now to stay hydrated. I know this week they're talking with the heat indexes. I know it's ranging here in Southwest Missouri anywhere from 100 to 110 all week long. So it's going to be a slow week. I know my dad, like I said, he's 73, and he doesn't like the heat. I don't really want him out there pushing it too hard in the heat either. I'd just soon, as long as we can kind of work and keep some wood moving, but not push it real hard. That's the main thing. Just not get out there and try to overdo it and overexert yourself. But we've got a lot of other things going on this week as well. And like I said, if I've got enough skidders to tinker with them to keep me busy, and I want to redo the lights on my pintle hitch, switch to all LEDs. I like that stuff to look good. I like to have good working lights on everything, and I really love LED lights too. So I guess that's kind of our Monday morning report here as I drive down the road. got the air conditioner on. I've even got my air conditioned seat on. So it's already 88 degrees. I mean, it's already getting rough out there. So we're gonna get on down the road, guys. Thanks a lot for following the channel. I know we're not real active with it this time of year because when we're working and doing a lot of things, I like to post a video every day. I mean, I like to be active, talk to you guys, post a video every day. I've got some messages on Turner Logging LLC on the Facebook page about some of the logging shows or the expos this fall. I plan on going to them. I really do. I'm noticing that there's one in Hot Springs down here at the end of August. I think it's the Arkansas Timber Producers Association. They're having a show down in Hot Springs, and that's really, as far as the logging shows go, that's really not too far from me. I think I can be there in 6 hours, maybe less. And I would really like to go down there and go to that, just to see all that heavy equipment, just to kind of walk around. I enjoy that stuff like anybody. I like looking at things I can't afford. So thinking about going to that one. Definitely going to, was the Paul Bunyan show, is that right? Or I think it's Ohio in October or September. I'm not for sure. I'll have to look it up, but I definitely plan on going to that one for a couple of days. I'd like to go out there and kind of walk around, just to walk around, meet people. I've talked to several people that are going that have messaged me, so I'd like to go out there, kind of meet some of you guys that follow our YouTube channel and follow our Instagram and Facebook account. So definitely try to count us in on that. So my dad, he won't go. He don't like to venture too far from home unless he's going to the mountains or something. But other than that, it'll probably just be me out there. But guys, gonna get off here. Once again, thank you so much for following the channels, the social media outlets, Timber Tracker Network, Logger Threads. Thanks a lot for all that. Hopefully we'll have some action videos this week of me actually doing some work, because I'm sure you guys are getting to the point now where you think I don't work, which I don't like to work anymore, and I have to, obviously. So guys, we'll get off here. We will definitely talk to you later in the week. See you later.